Strategin Solutions specializes in sustainable event management. So we work with organizations to assess their impacts. We look at their environmental, their social, their economic impacts and try to develop strategies for ensuring that those impacts are positive to the greatest extent possible. This year is really exciting. It's the 40th anniversary of the Juno Awards events, and in conjunction with the 40th anniversary, Strategin Solutions is working with the Canadian Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. The Juno Awards will be the first in Canada to use a new Canadian standard, which is very, very cool. They are pioneers in event sustainability and definitely demonstrating leadership in this field.
Yeah, actually, the opportunity to raise the awareness for Canadians is a really big one for us. Everybody loves Canadian music, and a lot of rock stars, Canadian rock stars, are really care about the environment and climate change. And so Junos gives us an opportunity to reach out to Canadians and let them know that they have a choice of where they get their electricity from.
We have things like pedal-powered grinders, pedal-powered blenders that we bring out to events for kids to jump on and start grinding away. For people of all ages love to grind their own food using a bicycle. It's something that's unique. We call it commotion and contagion. And commotion is the community motion that moves a good idea forward. Contagion is the concept that a good idea need not be sold. It will spread like wildfire. It's contagious because it is a good idea.
Reuse a package if you can, or reuse a bottle if you can. And again, having that enforcement here at this event and so forth is enforcement as well as awareness, and I think that's a win-win.
Last year we were able to have 700 trees planted with all the apparel that we sold, so hopefully this year we're able to double that number in Toronto.
The vast amount of resources that are consumed in an event and the amount of waste that are generated, the amount of pollution that's generated from an event. Through developing a sustainability strategy, you can greatly reduce your resource consumption. You can ensure that you're consuming resources responsibly when you need to, so you're supporting markets for environmentally and socially responsible goods and services. You can look at your climate change impacts. You can look at the amount of greenhouse gases that are being emitted due to an event. You can put in place strategies for mitigating those emissions. And then once you've mitigated those emissions, then also engaging organizations like Bullfrog Power and Carbon Zero that we have involved with the Juno Awards this year to offset the emissions that are generated due to travel and also to power your events with green electricity. Beyond that, the other thing that was really important was to communicate with people. So stakeholder engagement, getting the message out, communicating to people the actions that they can take to make an event sustainable. We look at the entire event planning and management process. We try to eliminate those things that we don't need. If you favor your electronic communications over print communications, then you're negating the need for all of the paper, all of the stamps, all the postage, everything that would go into producing mass mailouts. That would be one example. Eliminating water bottles at events, that's another example. And that's the same thing that they're doing with the Juno Awards tonight as part of city bylaws. There's no water bottles that are on site tonight, so right from the outset, you're minimizing the amount of waste that can be generated and the amount of resources that you need to purchase, so therefore also minimizing the overall financial costs of the event at the same time. So there definitely is a business case that can be made for event sustainability.
We needed a voice, and the Junos provided that. Having that connection with music and the artists and being able to educate the market together, it's wonderful, especially for the young generation, right? When you go to a concert, you're not really consciously thinking about what's going on, but the artists have taken the time to, make sure that their impact is lessened, and the best part of it is they're talking about it and getting young music lovers to get engaged as well.